What's good, everybody? It's your girl Roshell, along with my guy Frankie.
Frankie up in the building.
That's right, on another Lakers Sunday with Lakers React.
Right,
How
right.
you feeling?
I'm doing good today. I've been on my whole little positive vibe. Me and Ro been talking about like the law of attraction. So I've been trying to keep it, my vibes positive because, of course, over the last few weeks I've been really down, especially after Kobe. So I'm trying to pick myself back up.
Right, right.
And the Lakers have been making it hard with that up and down play, to say the least. But I'm glad to be back here with y'all in the studio talking Lakers basketball. How about you, lady?
I'm doing okay today. Things are getting better day by day, one day at a time. Of course, we're still all in shock and mourning about the passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, as well as many others who were on that helicopter ride that
Right.
day. But Laker Nation, we're a strong family. We're a very connected family, so I think we'll do okay, one day at a time, and just keep supporting the purple and gold.
All right. So talking about supporting the purple and gold, we right here, right now, transitioning into our first topic of the day. And the question that I've been seeing online, we've actually been seeing a lot of this all season long, is are we looking at fool's gold when it comes to the Lakers? I'm going to turn my hat to the back. I'm feeling kind of hat to the back-ish for this topic. And the big question is, are the Lakers only capable of beating losing teams? I mean, like last night, watching the Warriors game. Honestly, I barely watched the Warriors game because we were out watching Birds of Prey. Actually, went to the movies,
Right.
and I already knew that they were going to win the game, and I could have caught the highlights, but I wasn't even up for the Lakers playing the Warriors because they're known for beating up on these little itty bitty teams that they should win in those games. But we have something coming up on the screen.
Okay.
Why don't you read this comment that came from online?
Okay, no problem. Well, this comment says, sorry, y'all. The Lakers are not winning the championship this season. This is ridiculous. Explain to me how we will.
Wow, there's definitely a lot of doubt in that comment, to say the least.
A whole lot.
But before we, of course, go to our opinion, it's all about the fans, Lakers reaction, Lakers fans reacting about everything purple and gold. So we all about your comments, and I think we have something coming up on the screen with George. What is George saying?
George is saying, we won't win the chip if we don't step the blank up ASAP. Yeah, he's pretty pissed. We just continue to keep losing to the top ranked teams. It ain't hating. It's just pointing out what's happening and been happening all season.
That's kind of where I was going, with the opening, as far as I don't know. I'm to be honest with you, she's seen me, y'all. Real talk. When they play the sorry teams, I don't want to watch, and then when they play the top ranked teams, I'm just so anxious and so hyped. I'm like, close my eyes, please let them win, please let them win. So I'm all over the place. I'm kind of a bad fan, but I do. I just said I'm a bad fan. Anyway,
you're not a bad fan. You're a very emotional.
Yeah,
fan.
I be in my
very
feelings,
emotional.
yo. I mean, I got the blood pressure medicine to testify during the Laker games. Well, my BP. Anyway, that's a whole different story.
It really is.
But we got another comment coming up with another fan. So I'm liking these comments, seeing how they're going. Who do we have next?
The next comment is coming from Michael C. He says, first game attempting to guard small ball and the rotation was off. Westbrook did what he did because there was confusion on who was supposed to pick him up in transition at times, and the Rockets just happened to the Rockets just have to have, I'm sorry, let me say that. The Rockets just happened to have a great night with the three ball.
Right.
So he says, just relax. It's early February and we'll tighten it up.
Yeah. And of course, a lot of these comments came from the game the other night when the Rockets came in with small ball. James Harden jumping tip. It was just a hot mess that night. So not much to scout. The Warriors tried to play the whole small ball thing on Saturday night to come back. So I get the let's relax for a moment. But, people are still in their feelings when it comes to can we actually beat top-ranked teams. Now, up next, we got JR coming through. What did JR say?
J.R. King says you're taking one blanking loss. Y'all can figure that out, that blanking part for yourself. He says you're taking it too serious. Every game is different. If you don't have confidence in them, then you're not a real Lakers fan. Get over it. There's a lot of games left. They will compete for a championship, and that they will.
Okay. And I'm feeling that comment. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, Laker Nation takes the Lakers very, very seriously. It's not like, some team fans are like, oh, if we lose, it's cool. We'll come back. If we win, it's cool. We've been in a losing state for a very long time. So our backs are up against a wall. It's like we either win or we just get this thing figured out as to what's going to work for the team. We're not on the team. We're just fans. We're just supporters. But we want to see our team do the best. We want to see them win.
Right. I mean, all these years being in the L column, this year being the top in the Western Conference. So when we take losses against good teams, I think we can overreact. I mean, don't forget we did beat Houston. So, I mean, in a 7-game series, would you put your house on the fact that small ball could win? But anywho, we got more comments coming your way. What do you got over there next, lady?
The next comment is from Dick Hall. And Dick says, I wonder where that Mamba mentality LeBron was supposed to have the rest of this season. He's just too passive to lead this team. Someone else on the team needs to step up and lead. This team needs some fire.
That's definitely an interesting comment. I mean, the trade deadline is passed. We didn't pick anybody up. Woj is saying on today or on Sunday that everybody had their eye on Darren Collison. They're saying he's staying in retirement. I really think this team truly, and we've been hearing a lot of, next weekend is All-Star break. I think they need some time off. I mean, basically,
I agree.
Basically, after the Kobe tragedy, going into every arena this year, you're going to see those Kobe tributes, that emotion. That they really need some time off just to kind of get away.
I couldn't agree more.
And I feel bad for our top players with LeBron and AD, because they have to do the whole All-Star game weekend, so they're not getting much time away there at like some of the rest of the squad. But I really do think it's time for them to take some time off just to clear their heads and come back with that fire, that passion. We'll get somebody on the buyout market. I'm not tripping off of that.
Right.
How well they'll be, how much they can contribute, I guess time will tell when we deal with that. Now, we got one more comment coming our way.
Now, our next comment, Tom Areola, he says, to get a chip, 4 games need to be won.
Right.
Speed beat the Lakers tonight. The 3 had to be there tonight to beat the Lakers. To keep up with the Lakers, Houston had to exert a lot more energy. Tough to hold in a 7-game series. That comes from Tom Areola.
And I like that comment. I mean, he's kind of taking it big picture. I like your vibe, Tom. I like how you're looking at that over a 7-game series. Now, it will slow down. Westbrook ain't gonna be able. They will be able to game plan that. In a 7-game series. So once again, I think we're panicking a little too much with that, but that's what we do as Lakers fans. We get in our feelings.
Its emotions have been very high, isn't the word, extremely in overload. Emotions have been since the passing of Kobe Bryant. So it's like we're all piling these things on the top of LeBron James. Do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. The Mamba's not here, you got to take on that Mamba mentality. So the pressure has mounted drastically for LeBron. So
now, speaking of emotions, with our next topic, you kind of showed me this one with Miss Gayle King.
Yes, I did.
Coming under fire. You got a bunch of people coming to her rescue, but
you do.
Man, oh man, the Gayle King interview with Lisa Leslie has caused some controversy, some fire regarding her questioning Kobe's legacy and how it may be impacted by the rape accusations earlier in his career. Now, I mean, you showed me the Snoop Dogg clip. What was your reaction to Snoop?
Well, it's Snoop. How are you surprised? It's Snoop. And another thing, I get Snoop and Kobe have been friends for years.
Right.
He was at Kobe's retirement game. He was there to support. He gave Kobe a car for crying out loud some years ago.
Right.
Purple and gold, painted in purple and gold, repping the Lakers. They were friends, So Snoop was very upset, very irate. He was very emotional in his post, and he called Gayle some names. He's pissed. You're bringing up something. You're dragging old news into a man's legacy that has just passed away.
Right.
And you have this man's family over here in mourning. They're seeing all kinds of false stories flying around the internet, and then here she is with this, dragging up the man's past.
Yeah, I mean, of course, some of the comments from 50, why are you doing this? Why are you bringing this up? Mm-hmm. And we could go on and on about the celebrities chiming in, but of course, we want you to chime in. And
right.
Ro, I know you got some comments coming our way. What is the first thing that kicked all our conversation off?
Let's see. This comment says, Oprah said Gayle is not doing well and hasn't been sleeping. Really? What about Vanessa Bryant? What do you think she's going through? You're pathetic and heartless.
Ooh, that's a hard opener right there.
That's a hard opener, but people were, the internet flew off the handle when this clip released by CBS came out about the interview she did with Lisa Leslie. When that little small clip came out, the internet lost it. Okay. Everybody lost it.
Now let's get into some of your fan comments. We know the internet lost it. We want to see maybe if you lost it. What do you got for me, lady?
Vanessa Marie Santos says, I don't care how that woman is doing. She knew what she was doing. You could tell in her face. She is an evil woman.
Ooh, them is some harsh.
They're not easing up. Nope, evil. Nobody is easing up on this woman.
That's like something like, like one of the Disney princesses or the wicked queens that be after them. She said she evil.
All capitals. E-V-I, all capitals. Capital E, capital V, capital I, capital, all capitals.
All right. So, yeah, that was kind of rough comment. What do we got coming our way next?
So the next comment comes from Linda Victorian, and she says, the media has done too many things. I don't know if she meant
done this. Maybe
the media has done this too many times to our own people. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and many more. They just pick on the wrong ones at the wrong time. They don't care how famous they are or how much money they leave behind. We are always going to be a target with these people. But Gayle King went too far this time, and she needs to retire.
Wow. They are ready to send her into retirement.
They ready to give her last paycheck and say, gone. And
kind of comparable to the principal up north who made those great. It's one thing to feel a certain way, but when you put that out in the public eye, you're a principal of a school
who teaches education, who teaches to respect their peers, who teaches anti-bullying, and then you hop on social media and you say that Kobe got what he deserved. Wow.
That's real. You can have your opinion, but I don't know. That's real heartless. She ended up resigning kind of because of the same thing.
Oh, I bet she
harassment, threats.
I bet she did,
etc. But yeah, so and you see how our fans are feeling right now. Mm-hmm. Like up next, we got Carolyn. What is Carolyn saying?
Carolyn says millions of people don't care about Gayle crying and that she can't sleep. We hope it tears her up this year. No weapons formed against Kobe Bryant's name shall prosper. R.I.H. Kobe with the praying hands.
Rest in heaven, my brother. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of fans came out with this. Especially my guy, Duke Ellington. That reminds me of like the old school Duke Ellington. Yeah. But anyway, Eric L. Duke coming our way with some comments, sharing this with us. What does he have?
He says, done. Kobe forever. Don't ever tarnish his legacy for publicity or money. They lack decency and are dehumanized. It won't work either. Trust.
#trust, huh? All right, El Duke.
Woo, yeah. There's no way you can come out as Gayle King did and not expect Laker Nation to come for you. Like Snoop said, we coming. She didn't realize she had Laker Nation to deal with too.
Yeah.
So hey,
I mean, this definitely ain't some of the last ones that she's dealt with. Like, speaking of people who aren't afraid, I'm hearing this next comment, aren't afraid to express their feelings with Story. What does Story have for us?
Story says, well, Oprah, we didn't give a cat's rat's ass about how Gayle or you feeling about sleeping. You should have thought about that before she released that tongue of hers. Nobody's feelings matter. Oh well, Gayle, you're gonna get roasted to the white meat. Let's see that same energy that you had in that interview.
Whew. I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole Gayle?
You know, I understand everybody wants to get the story. Everybody wants to be first to do this, first to do that. But there's something called tact. When you sit down, and especially you're talking to people that loved Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant very deeply, you can't just sit down and come at them any kind of way and expect there to be no backlash.
Right.
You just can't do it.
Right.
There's something called indecent and in order. Gayle could have done this interview without even going there. This interview would have been phenomenal had she not went there. I was reading, or better yet, I was watching a post from actor Bill Bellamy, and in Bill Bellamy's earlier years, he was a VJ, DJ, whatever you want to call it, for MTV.
Right.
Now, Bill Bellamy has interviewed some of the biggest stars we've ever seen. Michael Jackson, Prince, the list goes on and on. But during those interviews, Bill Bellamy never went there. He always kept things classy. He always kept things straightforward. And he knew how to get the answer if he wanted the answer without being distasteful, if you will. And, you know, he never brought up the fact that Prince was going through things with his record label. He never brought up the fact that Michael Jackson was being accused of things with children. He never brought that up. And he still did the interview, and the interviews went on to be very successful. Right. So there's a way to do things.
I mean, I guess chiming in, and you guys have to realize, I kind of, my mind is definitely different. I can't fault Gayle King for doing her job. Now, give me a second when I say that. Her first question asking Lisa, how did the case impact Kobe's legacy? Okay, in a longer interview. Right now, they're just showing us the salacious clip. So this was a long interview. In the midst of the interview, I would have been okay with Gayle's post comment saying Gayle was trying to use the argument that she wanted Lisa Leslie as a friend to say that Kobe's case didn't matter, which would have been awesome if she would have asked her first question and her third question. So I'm okay with the question, how do you think that case impacts Kobe's legacy? But where I'm not good is the second. It wasn't even a question from a journalistic point of view. It was she was trying to make Lisa say what she wanted her to say by saying, well, he wouldn't be like that in front of you. It was like she was trying to pull something out, and Gayle has been so notorious. This ain't R. Kelly, baby. So you're dealing with someone who has a true legacy that people love all over the world, and it felt like you were trying to paint a narrative with that question. So by you trying to backtrack and cover that up, if it would have went the other way, were you trying to create another sexy R. Kelly type of story, Michael Jackson? I feel like your intention, because of your track record, is what's causing Gayle to get the heat that she's getting. So we all make mistakes. I get that. Nobody should be trying to do any harm to anybody. But Gayle needs to be cautious of trying to sell out certain celebrities to basically pump up her celebrity. Because when you come for people, don't be surprised when they come for you. And that's just my
period.
My like with Snoop, I think Snoop was in it. He was emotional. Like he said, he ain't coming to get that 70-year-old, 80, 90, 99-year-old woman. 75-year-old.
I think she's 75.
I don't know how old Gayle is, but
I think she is. I know, she's close to 80.
I don't think Snoop is riding on too many folk now. Anyway.
No, I don't think so.
All right, but anywho.
But he's Snoop, so what can we say?
Up next, let's get back into more Laker news. And up next, man, oh man, With the trade deadline passing and us still having Kyle Kuzma in the fold, not too many fans, or should I say, we have some fans who are not happy to say the least. And that's where. Are you done with Kyle Kuzma? I'm not. But
I'm not done with Kyle at all. So
okay.
yeah.
So here's a comment from Kodak. I love this name, Kodak Fats. Is that what I'm seeing right there? Kodak Fats.
That's what you're saying.
What does Kodak say?
Kodak Fats is saying anybody speaking on Kuzma is not a real Laker fan, and that's just that.
I love how when somebody doesn't agree with an idea, they
instantly become a non-Laker fan.
You got your give me your fan card.
Pull a Laker card. Pull that Laker card.
They just stripping them of jerseys and everything else. Get out of here. Yeah. Now Kodak put that in the Born a Lakers Fan, Die a Lakers Fan group on Facebook. Shout out. Great group there if you're looking for Laker content. But Kuz at the end of the day is a brand new NBA player. Yes, he's been in the league a few years, but he's going to make mistakes. This is probably his most high. No, this is indeed his most high-profile season with LeBron and AD. And sometimes I feel like Kuzma could be like coming down court, like 1-on-5, and he's shooting. So sometimes Kuzma does some of the. Well, we'll see what your opinions are. Up next, we got comments coming your way. Go ahead and take that, lady.
The next comment, Carlton Hamilton is saying, until he is not a Laker fan, these conversations will be there. Some believe in him and some don't. For anyone to make your comment about not being a Laker fan is blank. I'm not sure what that says. Bleep.
I'm sure it's a bleep.
It's a bleep.
If they look, y'all. If they are blurring it out on the screen, somebody cussing.
Yeah.
Somebody using the
real cuss words.
The F-y words and all those. So if it's blanked out on the screen, they was mad. But anyway, go ahead.
He says, just don't agree with your assessment of his weak non-ball handling, inconsistent, no defense having, run over everybody ass. Unless he morphs into what you think he is. It is what it is.
Oh, wow. Carlton.
Brother went off.
I can understand that you might be upset with Kyle.
He went off, okay?
Oh, man. All right. Up next, we got, I believe it's Kamar coming up.
Right. Kamar Edwards says he's a scorer and nothing else. He also has to be out there for a while to get rhythm, and that sucks. He has to be ready to go on a team like this. Lakers should have traded him, to be honest. Why save one piece of the young core? Not even the best one or the one with the highest upside.
Here we go again. Realize this. In order to get Anthony Davis, I'm surprised they didn't ask for the entire Lakers roster. The Pelicans wanted everything they could. So they just traded out picks because, they thought they had something decent in Kyle Kuzma. And once again, he's still developing. So I think we need to kind of chill on that. The trade that was offered this week, basically, we'll get into that a little bit later in the show, but they were trying to fleece the Lakers. It just wasn't, it wouldn't have been a good look. I would have been pissed, but needless to say, people feel how they feel, and including some feelings. Up next, we got some more feelings coming our way.
Some more, okay. Norman says, this brother has a long name, Norman Nicholas Michelson Turner. He says, truth of the matter is, he needs to step his game up. He had potential. He just needs to live up to it, because if the Lakers don't get third consistent option at scoring, it's not going to be pretty come playoff time. They'll bully the weak teams in the league, but have a hard time with the better teams second half of season. They got to clean that up as far as I'm concerned. Their only competitors is the Clippers, the Bucks, and possibly Miami.
I'm surprised they didn't throw. Well, I think a lot of people think Houston is a joke right now. So they're beating teams. I think they turned around the following night and lost in Houston, although Westbrook didn't play. So, more to come on Houston, to say the least. But let's see what Mo has to say.
Mo says, I was ecstatic when we got to keep Kuz. It's on him to show the front office that they made the right choice. And sorry to say, so far, he's not. And that's the reality of it, no matter how you want to look at it. It's halfway through the season, and he doesn't he hasn't showed any type of consistency, and y'all already know that we trying to win now.
What else? I think he has more too.
And he says, "Ain't no more rebuilding mode. Where we gotta go through you know what?
Years and years of process.
Can y'all please use English when y'all writing this stuff? I gotta read through this stuff."
He
did all right, but my God,
he got a long comment there. But all I can say, no. Remember last season? I just want you to think back with me.
Okay, let's do a That's So Raven flashback.
Think back to last season. How many of y'all wanted to get rid of Brandon Ingram?
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's no good. He's trash.
Yeah, y'all sure did.
And he's an all-star this year. Mm-hmm. So it's all about team chemistry. So be kind of careful about labeling somebody trash.
Yeah.
Or ready to get rid of them because
they're not doing what you think they should be doing.
Right. I think a lot of times people get so caught in trying to I don't know what the word is. They just get really crazy with wanting to get rid of people and toss people.
Right.
And now we're trying to get rid of Kuz. It's just like
we can't get better if we keep throwing people away, bringing new people in, throwing them away when they don't work. That's like a relationship. Oh no, she not working for me. Nah, I'm gonna move on to the next. Then you get to the next. Oh, she not working for me no more. It's like you gotta figure out a way to make this thing work.
And if that's how you conduct your relationship, go ahead then play. You know what I'm saying? You know, who am I to judge? You know what I'm
not judging nobody. I'm just using that as an example. You can't just keep flopping and flipping and flipping and flopping and bringing people in and bringing people out and throwing them over there and throwing over there.
All right. So we got a few more minutes left in the show. We're almost out of here, but I definitely got to get into this next one that deals with a lot of where we're going in the future. And my question is there a league conspiracy against the Lakers? Which makes no sense. The Celtics have more championships, but it looks like every time it comes down to trade deadline, I'm thinking to myself, I would love to, dig through some of the files of Dr. Buss. I watch a lot of like supernatural shows and all that. Like, did he do some type of contract to make everybody hate the Lakers even after death? Because they be coming for the Lakers in trade season, and you'll see a little bit of that and where I'm going with this next comment. Go ahead, lady.
Next comment comes from Heavy on the Lakers. This comment says this would have really shaken things up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right. And that comment basically comes back talking about the Morris trade and how we could have sent Kuzma out and potentially Danny Green for Morris back. Long story short, behind the scenes, we all we know is it's rumors.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the Knicks wanted... I'll put it to you like this. It felt like the Knicks gave up Marcus Morris for like a bag of chips and an autograph from Jerry West when it was all said and done. I think they sent Mo Harkless, versus what they were getting from us was they were basically asking us for the moon and the stars and the sun, assets, trade future picks, Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron's next child. I mean, they was just after everything, but gave away. I just don't get it, and I think a lot of fans are feeling the same way. Like with our next comment coming up, Chuck, I'm feeling. Let the world know what Chuck is about to say.
Chuck says this is that foul blank, that foul bleep with the rest of the league when they deal with the Lakers. They want to purge us and take little from other teams. You see what the Clippers sent for Morris. Might as well have thrown a Happy Meal in the deal too. All the other teams in the league conspire together to screw the Lake Show every season. Some BS.
Man, oh man. But I can't lie. Them apple slices do be good in them Happy Meals. Maybe that's what tip the trade scale. It was them apple slices that, man, Harkless apple slices. Man, we better get them apple slices. So, but anyway.
Maybe they threw in a shake too.
Shake too?
The machine was working.
The machine was working that day.
They threw it in.
All right, up next we got Sean coming our way.
Sean says, I really wanted Rose Morris, but I honestly would love to see a bench unit of Collison, J.R. Smith, KCP, Kuzma, and Dwight. 4 knockdown 3-point shooters, and a point guard capable of initiating the offense while scoring.
Yeah, and I mean, we did kind of have that conversation about Collison earlier in the show. That's not happening. We definitely hear you, Sean. And all of you in Laker Nations, we are at the end of our show. We appreciate you coming through. Make sure you check us out. All the social media stuff is up at the top. Any final words?
Final words, stay strong, Laker Nation. You know, we still got the memorial service of Kobe Bryant coming up on the 24th of February. So, you know, we all got to stay strong, band together, and just keep supporting the purple and gold. Just be there and have their backs and root for them. That's all we need right now is the support and the love from the purple and gold.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.